an elastic band is placed on your fingers, and then your fingers are taped. Despite this, you are able to magically make the elastic band jump off your fingers and land somewhere else. Want to learn this and other elastic band magic? Keep watching. Hey, welcome to Quantum Magic Lab. My name's Kevin Quantum and I am a magician-scientist hybrid. Every day I'll be teaching a new magic trick, sometimes easy, sometimes difficult, but always amazing for your audiences and with easy to find objects, most of which you'll already have in your house. I'll not just be telling you how this works, but also the real secrets of why this works. I'm a magician-scientist hybrid after all. I really need your feedback to make these better, so remember to comment below, tell me if you like it, tell me if you don't like it, but most importantly tell me why, so then I can improve this. So please subscribe just here. I do these every day. This is just so you do not miss out on any future content. Alright, let's do this. Hey guys, welcome back to Quantum Magic Lab. Way back right at the start, I think even lesson number 1, I set everyone a challenge that if we got to over 1,000 likes, I would make another video teaching you some more elastic band magic, and this is that video. And for this one, I set you a challenge to work out 2 elastic bands. Oh, that one's broken. Let me get another one. 2 elastic bands. One was placed over 2 fingers here. The other one were placed over 2 fingers like that. You probably remember the setup from before. So we had one green one over here and one brown one over here on 2 different hands. However, the same thing happened again. The green one would jump to here, the brown one would jump to there. Just like 3, 2, 1, and just like so. The brown one was swapped places with the green one. I set you the challenge to see if you could work out how this was done. I'm going to show you now how it does work. So for this one, you'll remember from the last lesson that when you close your hand like that, you have to pinch it and pull the elastic band around there. If you haven't seen this one already, do watch episode number 1. We're going to do exactly the same thing, but this time with the 2 elastic bands. So as your fist closes, you're going to make a hole for both bands and stick your fingers through just like that. So now, how does that work? I'll show you that again. So pinch and pinch, and you're going to make a hole through those little loops there, and in that hole you're going to fit all of your fingers, like so. Green there, brown there, 1, 2, 3. Green there, brown there. They swap places. You'll also remember from the other video, all you had to do to make that happen was open your fingers. So let me just do that one more time. Pinch there like that. Fit all your fingers on the inside. If I just open my fingers now, you'll see that that is enough to make one elastic band swap for the other one. So it's exactly the same as what we did before. However, all we're doing is using 2, just repeating the same motion before. And it's very easy to set up. Maybe a bit more difficult when people are watching you, but still possible. So you have 2 elastic bands on your hands. And as an audience member, you have to lift your attention here. I want you to keep an eye on both the elastic bands. One brown one there, one green one there. 3, 2, 1. And they swap places just like so. Really cool addition to that elastic band one. Really ups the ante, makes it even more impressive, but not quite as impressive as the one I'm going to show you next. For this next one, to make the elastic band trick even more impressive, this time you're going to take the elastic band and put it over your fingers as exactly as we've done before. Next, you're going to get some sellotape and wrap it around your fingers. Now keep a small gap between each of your fingers as you go around with the sellotape. I'm using masking tape here. You can just use normal sellotape, that's fine. The reason for the gap will become more apparent later. Now try and smooth the sellotape down just like so it doesn't interact with the rubber band. And then do the same thing again. Pull your fist down, stick the elastic band through. Try and make it over the sellotape. That makes it a little bit easier for the elastic band to jump. And then, as before, it doesn't matter if the sellotape is there, the elastic band will still jump. How cool is that? Even though it looks almost impossible for it to jump round, it still makes the move because you can still always do that. You can still make it over these hands and onto these hands just simply by doing that, just like that. So even though the tape is there from lesson number 1, you'll know how to do this without the tape. The tape makes it even more amazing in people's mind because it looks like you've just got it on. So you take the tape one more time, you take it like this, you fold your fist as before, and as you do, you just pinch that round, put your fingers inside of it like that, trying to make sure that the elastic band goes on top of the sellotape, and as before, 3, 2, 1, it jumps from one set of fingers all the way to the other, even though they're sellotaped. At that point, you can let the audience look, but very quickly I would suggest you just rip off the tape, take it out of the way, demonstrate the elastic band is normal, and they can examine absolutely everything they want. You're completely clean. A miracle. Even Houdini would be proud of that one. Alright, the science behind this one, we covered a lot of this in the one before, but it is an illusion as before. The story that you have is different from the story the audience has, and nothing much changes. This sellotape on your fingers is just misdirection. It's just dressing. It's like the icing on the cake. It looks really good, but it's not as tasty as the stuff that's underneath it, in my opinion. Maybe some people actually just eat the icing off the cake. I don't know. Maybe that's the wrong analogy to use. Who knows? In the elastic band, as we talked about before, when you do this move here, you're secretly putting it onto these fingers already, so that when you open it, it jumps over instantly. It's an illusion. Your story is different to the audience's story. You know what's going on. You can see that this band is already transferred through the secret sleight of hand move that you've used. The audience, however, don't realize that at all. They just think you're banging your fist on the table. And by the way, that is your rationale for making your fist. Because if you're going to do this, it's a common phrase to say to bang your fist on the table. So when you have the elastic band on there, this only works when I bang my fist on the table 3 times. 3, 2, 1, and it jumps over like that. Still completely amazing. When you put the sellotape on, that just makes people think about the sellotape. That's all it does. The sellotape, even when it's on, does not change what happens here. It just makes it look more amazing. It makes it look even more trapped. And then right in the end, take the sellotape off. The audience might say, well, can you make it come off completely with the sellotape on? You can't do that. So take the sellotape off your hands before they ask that question. Let them examine it. Just keep on talking. You can examine tape. You can examine the elastic bands. Go for it. The one with the 2 elastic bands, the same again. It's you're moving the bands from one hand to finger to another without the audience seeing. It's an illusion. It's a really cool little trick, and it all happens because of sleight of hand. This little bit of sleight of hand that you do, slightly more difficult than the single one, because you have to find that double loop. But just by putting your fingers into it, as we did before, and opening them will cause them to jump and swap places. 2 super cool tricks. I really hope you practice them. They do require practice to make them look good. And as I said before, using an elastic band about this size, one that just about fits over your fingers and is tight on 2 fingers, that's the perfect size. That allows me, because if you're struggling at home to make that look, you see how it's going from this middle of this bottom flange, I think it's called, to the middle of the top 2. How is it happening for me? Maybe when you do it, it jumps and it ends up there. The reason for that is, well, 1, practice, and 2, also the right elastic band. Make sure you have the one that's that size, that fits just tightly enough on your fingers but has enough flexibility to jump like that. That is the size you need. Alright, thanks very much for joining me. Hey, thank you so much for joining me for another Quantum Magic Lab. I really do appreciate it. For tomorrow's lesson, you will again need surprise pack of cards. Really cool trick coming up. Remember, as always, subscribe down there. Leave your comments below. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. @KevinQuantum is my handle if you want to see more live videos of me performing, or even when I start to tour after this craziness is over, come to your area in a theatre. Really hope you do that. Take it easy, take care, and see you soon. Bye-bye.